Nigerians are getting more and more distracted from what they should be agitating for. For some time in the past, in the recent past, during the presidency of Muhammadu Buhari, Nigerians in the southwest, like the southeast, uh, were agitating for Yoruba nation. I am sure that I will be told that the Yoruba are still agitating for Yoruba nation, and that the independent people of Biafra is still agitating for the Biafra state. Yes, because the relationship uh, among the ethnic groups, the relationship is not smooth, and the experiences are terrible. Experience of herdsmen terrorists ravaging agrarian communities throughout Nigeria is enough to say, if it is because we are united, let us stop being united. While those behind it, including the Muhammadu Buhari, the former president who died yesterday, saying that the unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable. And he was the same person who empowered the herdsmen terrorists to be ravaging agrarian communities throughout Nigeria. But now, rather than addressing that issue, why herdsmen should be ravaging agrarian communities throughout Nigeria, and they are no other than Fulani herdsmen terrorists. Those who are saying they are not all Fulani, they have not told us who they have arrested that are not Fulani. And the only herdsmen we know rearing cattle are the Fulanis. If there are other ethnic people among them, they must be very minimal and incognito. So that is one area of agitation. That why should these Fulani herdsmen be larger than life, and bold enough and empowered to be terrorizing agrarian communities throughout Nigeria? Though it was there, but became stronger since 2015 when President Muhammadu Buhari came to power. Another thing, of course, is I'm very serious one at that, the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, ravaging human lives and the economic resources of Nigeria since 2009 till date. So these are issues that should be immediate and of equal importance. A president claiming to have removed removed subsidy from all basic necessities of life and leaving workers poorly paid, the economy dwindling economic fortunes. So these are issues that should be protested. Lopsided structure of Nigeria, the injustice of the herdsmen terrorists, the injustice of waging war at Nigeria's expense against the Boko Haram Muslim community, accused of unorthodox Islam by the Fulani Muslim imperialists. It has nothing to do with Nigeria that is supposed to have no state religion, no official religion, except that the criminal rulers of Nigeria turn Islam and Christianity into Nigeria's religions, for which government is funding pilgrimage boards and subsidizing pilgrimages. So these are issues Nigerians should be grappling with. So who brought up the agitation for more states and more local governments at this point in time. With 36 states and 777 local government areas, what is the outcome infrastructurally? And what can be the outcome when you have so many administrative centers, so many governments? Consider, let's even leave the presidency aside for 1 minute and go to a governor. How much is his salary on monthly basis? Salary and allowances on monthly basis. How much is going into maintaining his house or household? Then go to the deputy governor. How much is his salary and allowances? How much is going into maintaining his houses? And the legislators, the senators and the representatives, they are higher than kings in their own rights too. If you know what they get as salary and allowances and how much goes into maintaining the house of each of them. And at state level, the state legislators are also adequately taken care of. All this because it is the legislators that can think of impeaching the ruler, either president or state governor. But what we are talking about is that those who are agitating for more states and local governments at this time are deliberately or inadvertently distracting Nigerians from the real issues of the unjustifiable and avoidable war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, a war that has been ravaging human lives and the economic resources of Nigeria since 2009. And S-men terrorism ravaging agrarian communities. And corrupt rulers. Muhammadu Buhari doubled himself as Nigeria's petroleum minister. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu the same. And worse still, President Tinubu says he has removed subsidy from fuel, from petrol, from electricity, from gas, from kerosene, from education and everything. So that Nigerians are left to enjoy nothing. So these are issues that Nigerians should be grappling with now and not asking for more states and local governments. Cost the cost of running a state government. Count the cost of running local government area or a local government. So, the rulers of the land are the ones siphoning the money into their own private pockets, leading to gross underdevelopment of Nigeria, lack of adequate infrastructure in terms of pipe-borne water, good roads, electricity. They are pumping money, huge sums of money into building railroads, whopping sum of money, and whopping sum of money to import trains that they cannot maintain, that they don't maintain, because the revenue from there is being looted by those running the business. In developed countries, most of the developed countries that I know, like America, most of the infrastructure are provided by private enterprises, taxed by government to get money to run the government. Roads, among the best roads in America, for instance, I am sure, are by private entrepreneurs. Pipe-borne water, electricity, the same, run by private business people, taxed by government to get money to run government. So the government gets money not from running business, because it's not possible, as it is not, as we are experiencing it in Nigeria. It's not done in developed countries. Electricity is supplied by private companies at competitive prices. Pipe-borne water, the same. The best roads, the same. They collect toll. Haven't built the road, they collect toll. Government tax them. But here, Nigeria's politicians want to be the rulers and the contractors. That is the problem. They create businesses that we bid for contracts and giving the contract. So it is winners take all kind of thing. They are the rulers, they are the contractors, they are the, because they will create companies that will be applying for contracts. That's why it is not working. That is how America developed, because otherwise rulers are not made to be running government businesses. And that's what Chief Obafemi Awolowo said. He said, I allow you to do your businesses, collect money to run the government, provide security, run the agents and ministries of government. That's what Chief Obafemi, and that's how it is in developed countries. So the lopsided structure of Nigeria is what we should focus. The unjustifiable ravaging war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, consuming human lives and the economic resources of Nigeria, the herdsmen terrorism, grazing of cattle in agrarian fields, among the problem urgent. Bedeviling Nigeria, retrogressing Nigeria, and now a ruler who says all subsidies are gone and claiming to be transferring funds to indigent households, and then subsidizing pilgrimages, in addition to running pilgrimage boards at Nigeria's expense, despite a constitution that prohibits state religion. So these are the issues Nigerians should be concerned about, not creation of more states and local governments that will be liabilities rather than assets. So this is the issue. Nigerians should consider that those agitating for more states and local governments need to be examined by psychiatrists, because they are sick in the head or consumed by ignorance, which is also a disease. Ignorance, remember, is a disease. So that is it. You want more governments that will be liabilities, cost of governance. So what should be provided are not provided. So if herdsmen must be all over Nigeria because of our unity, then let us be disunited. But the same person, Muhammadu Buhari, who empowered the herdsmen terrorists, was the one saying Nigeria's unity is non-negotiable, because otherwise the herdsmen terrorists will not be all over Nigeria sacking agrarian communities, killing, maiming, raping agrarian people, and saying Nigeria's unity is non-negotiable. If that is what, and that is what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu represents. That was what Goodluck Ebele Azikiwe Jonathan represented. So if it is because they need the support of the Fulani Muslim imperialists, what is their percentage? Except that they are using Islam to fool too many Nigerians. But it's not true that any angel brought any book from heaven. Just as it is not true that any virgin woman gave birth to God. So let us come back to our senses and know exactly our problems. The unjustifiable and avoidable war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, avoided by the former President Olusegun Obasanjo. The unacceptable killing herdsmen terrorism, and the fraud called fuel subsidy in a nation endowed with abundance of petroleum resources. So, restructuring Nigeria is another area of urgent concern. All these are neglected by Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, Goodluck Ebele Asikwe Jonathan, Muhammadu Buhari, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and now some people are agitating for creation of more states and local government distraction, looking for more trouble for Nigeria. What we should do in reality, in restructuring, is reduce, or let me say, turn the 6 zones into 6 states of Nigeria. No more, 6 states. Or if for ethnic considerations, maximum of, 8, 10 states. No more. Because the 30 states and 774 local governments, if you know what these governments are gulping on monthly and annual basis, you will know that they are the reasons for Nigeria's gross underdevelopment. In their official amount allocated to them and in their unbridled corruption. So you create more opportunities for corrupt politicians unnecessarily. So think of the regions of the past. They were better developed than now. Yes, everything was working. Free primary education, affordable education altogether, free medical care for all students, and affordable hospital bills in those days. But now it's age of looting, self-aggrandizement by the rulers. So we don't want more administrative centers. We want to reduce what we have to what is manageable and economical. So 36 states, 777 and 74 local governments are not economical. Whatever it takes, let us restructure. But the APC is not ready for any of it. But to sustain the war against Boko Haram, sustain herdsmen terrorism, and claim subsidy, fuel subsidy, where none exists, where it is not even possible to subsidize fuel. Otherwise, from where are you going to get money? Nigeria gets her money for the most part from petroleum. Whether you sell crude, you get more than enough money to import if you want to import. Now we don't even need importation. We now have a private refinery. And Nigeria rulers are resisting it. But of course, there is a conspiracy between the refinery owners and the rulers of Nigeria, as we can see. That's why Dangote is always praising President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, where Nigerians are weeping about skyrocketed prices and runaway inflation, worsening mass abject poverty. Is crediting and praising President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What further evidence of conspiracy are you looking for?